Hi there, welcome to the Ecofina Financial Channel. My name is Philip, and as usual, I'll take you through one major event in the global economy. Remember to click the subscribe button and like this video if you find it informative so that others can also benefit. We try to share insights on economic matters and provide some analysis as well. So today, we'll be looking at some of the telecommunications companies in Nigeria who have been able to obtain an approval in principle for a payment service bank license. So MTN and Airtel Nigeria have both received approval in principle from the Central Bank of Nigeria to operate a payment service bank. MTN will operate their own under the name Momo Payment Service Bank, and Airtel Nigeria would call their own Smart Cash Payment Service Bank. So there are still some, few other conditions that those two companies have to satisfy before they receive the final operating license. And when they do obtain that license, they will join other telecommunications companies like Globacom and Nine Mobile, who already have their license. They got that some years back from Central Bank. So what the CBN is trying to do is to, of course, drive financial inclusion. And because telecoms companies already have the existing infrastructure, it's probably easier for them to leverage that to achieve that. But really, there are still questions that the CBN will have to answer as regards these licenses. And that is because, the telecoms companies are already so big, and it will be difficult really for any company at all to compete with them, because they already have presence all over the country, and the subscriber base they have, the financial capacity they have, means that they will be able to acquire any technology whatsoever to drive growth. And then what effect will this also have on, other payment service banks, or rather maybe other fintech companies who are trying to thrive in that space? So while it might achieve some of the goals of the central bank in driving financial inclusion, it might actually be at the expense of some fintech companies because, who competes with these big wigs. So again, if these companies, these telecoms companies also keep their deposits, it might make it difficult or reduce the overall liquidity in deposit money banks. But that remains to be seen. But some of the activities permitted by the CBN for payment service banks includes that they can accept deposits from individuals and small businesses. They can carry out payments and remittances. They can issue debit and prepaid cards. They can also operate electronic wallets, render financial advisory services, and invest in, of course, federal government securities, bonds, and treasury bills. But they are not allowed to grant loans or advances either directly or indirectly. And they are also not allowed to accept foreign currency deposits. So those are the restrictions they have. So that's what makes deposit money banks, of course, stand out. Those are the major difference. Those are the major differences. So, of course, the telecommunications industry is one that is really doing well at the moment. In fact, if we take MTN as an example, they are already seeing increased revenue from fintech activities. In the first 9 months of 2021, they reported earning about 50.24 billion naira from fintech, which is much higher than the 32.37 billion naira they earned from the corresponding period in 2020. With this payment service license, PSB license, definitely that's going to go much higher, which is a good thing for them, even though we feel it might have a negative impact on other fintech companies. If we look at MTN overall, really, the first 9 months of 2021, their revenue was as high as 1.2 trillion naira, which is much higher than the 974 billion naira they earned in the first 9 months of 2020. So, that already shows you that the telecommunications companies are already well positioned for growth. And MTN recently announced that they will be selling 575 million units of shares to investors in this month. That already makes them a very attractive option, because now not only are they going to be earning from data and voice revenue from the telecoms business, their core business, they also have the potential to earn a lot from fintechs. So if you are still thinking about whether you should or not, then our opinion, just strictly our opinion, is that they are well positioned for exponential growth, and you might want to consider buying into that company so that you can share out of the profits of the company. So yeah, the PSB license definitely gives telecoms company a great opportunity for long-term growth, and that is something you might want to consider. So that will be it on this edition. You can subscribe to the channel once again so that you can receive regular updates, and we'll be back with you next time with another edition.